So Capricorn, your week beginning the 17th of November forecast gives you an opportunity to celebrate the relationships that really work and matter in your life. But by the end of the week, you could also be thinking about who are your fair weather friends and where you want to perhaps distance yourself a little bit from someone who's not tuning into your needs quite as much as you would like. The story begins with Saturn, your ruler. Over the last couple of years, he's been asking you in the main to work hard at your ideas, how you express them, become much more conscious or capable around technology. But he has been in a rasping right angle with the planet of hope and opportunity, Jupiter, in your sector of relationships since early June. And that may have meant that in some situations you could have felt a little bit shy, inhibited, well, not every relationship may have run silky smooth, but the people who have stuck by you, they're the people that you can really recognise as you go into this week, those solid citizens. But if there have been some situations that you've been worrying about, particularly over the last week, you may have found that your emotions were a bit up and down. You may have felt rather on edge, difficult to sleep, and Mercury's combination in its retrograde with Mars may have been feeding that. But Mercury inverses back into your sector of friendships. You could find yourself rethinking a connection with one person, maybe to do with a network, a friendship group, or a long-term plan. And also, Thursday's new moon gives you a platform to move forwards with where you feel confident. It's just that Uranus, the planet of surprises, suggests you need to stay flexible and be very open-minded, that even if there are certain people or certain situations that you haven't chimed with quite as well as you would like, rethinking those with Mercury's retrograde back into your long-term sector is something that could be very valuable. But if you're still not sure about certain associations or perhaps a relationship that you've worked hard on, the Sun's movement into Sagittarius as this week draws to a close does encourage you to give yourself the time and space for reflection over the next 3 or 4 weeks. And if that does mean creating a little bit of distance, so be it. But the relationships that work for you really will be very clear to you this week. But if there's one that has struggled a little bit, that could improve with more effort, this is definitely the week to take that seriously and to take the initiative to reach out to that person. Now, year 2026 is racing towards us. If you'd like to discover what the year holds for you in terms of your unique personal astrology, you can order your forecast now, get the rest of this year free, but also get my life roadmap report, which helps you to understand the patterns that have played out in your life so far, and a deeper awareness of those and of the upcoming influences can help you to manage the months ahead as effectively as possible. There's also 30% off, and you'll get a free gift of your general love Chinese and Indian written forecast for each of the 12 zodiac signs for the next year. Please see the link below for more.